I was just out playing with my dogs, and it occurred to me a couple of tips that might be helpful to you for anybody who has more than one dog and you've just recently introduced one into your home, or you might be worried that you're having some issues. It's not uncommon to have issues when you have more than one dog. And as a young dog, say you get a puppy in, they're going to change over time, their personality. They're going to go through a sexual maturity. They're going to get into a social maturity. And so that's going to change things around your household. And you have to pay attention to that and be prepared for it. The other thing is that it just over time. So maybe the dog is already an adult that you brought in and you have another adult dog, but over time their relationship might change, and it can be based, or can be affected anyways, by things that you might be doing. Say if you move or get new furniture or people come to visit, all those things can change the dynamics. And so you want to be prepared for that. So let me give you a couple tips here. I'm Dr. CAROLYN Lincoln with Play to Behave, and if you want to find out more about me, go to playtobehave.com. And if you happen to need any extra help with your dog, I have a membership or a program online. It's open, it works really well, people love it, they get a lot of great results, and we've developed a very close-knit community there, and I'd love to have you to be part of it. So to find out more, go to playtobehave.com/join. And it'll give you all the information, but if you have questions, of course, you can ask me. Okay, so what about those tips? First of all, let me just share with you that my husband came home last night, and he'd been away for a few days, and so the older dog right now has been making it very, very clear to the 7-month-old young dog that we have that she is the boss. Everything belongs to her. And I support that. I support that structure because it will keep the peace. And truly, she is. That's her place. And she will eventually allow him to do certain things. But she wants to make sure that he's going to give her the respect that she deserves. Up until now, she's been, she's been very giving and generous with the puppy. But now he's getting to sexual maturity, and she's recognizing, like, okay, we need to have some rules around here. I have boundaries, and one of them is everything belongs to me right now, and if I choose to give it to you, I will. See, Ray gets them all. Mickey can't have one of them. So that's fine. If I want to play with him, I'm going to take him out separately and play with him separately. So that's tip number one. If they're together, then and I'm going to do anything with the puppy, like training, because that's like play, or providing toys of any kind or anything, then I will have a barrier between them. So that my older dog, Ray, would be in a crate while my younger dog is, for example, training with me. But when I do train with Mickey, if it is in front of the older dog, Ray, then they're both going to get rewards. Okay? If I ask Mickey to sit and I give him a treat, then Ray will get a treat. If I ask Mickey to sit and then I play tug with him, then I'm going to give her a toy too. If I give him praise or affection, she's going to get praise or affection also. So I train one, treat both. Train one, treat both. And that applies to anything. Play with one, play with both, you know? So both of them feel like they're getting something. But right now, when Ray is establishing boundaries, I can't really expect to play with Mickey. So that's tip number 2, unless she's not around. So I brought out 3 balls, and I'll show you that. I brought out these 3 balls to play with Ray and Mickey. So this way I could throw a ball for Ray and I could throw a ball for Mickey. Well, Ray has said, the older dog who's 5 has said, I don't care how many balls you have. They're all mine. And he's not to touch them. So he can chase with her, but he's not allowed to touch the balls. And I'm going to support that. If you try to do anything otherwise, then you could have a fight. So when my husband came home last night and he'd been away for a few days, Ray got very possessive. She got very upset because both dogs were out. It was a small space, and she really wanted to pay attention to him, and she didn't want Mickey anywhere around, not even 10 feet away. She didn't want him around because she wanted him all to herself. So right now, until they readjust, I will just have Mickey in a crate while Ray is out with David. Then David will take Mickey separately and play with him a little bit, And for example, if he comes home now and it's a beautiful day out and he can be out in the yard, both dogs can be out because there's enough space. But if you're in a small space and your dog's really getting possessive, then you need to be respectful and help your dog out so they don't feel that pressure, they don't feel that stress, they don't feel that anxiety from having that other dog too close, and give them the space that they need. So I hope those tips will help you, okay? Just one is that your dog's going to go through different changes over time, and you have to be careful of that and plan ahead and know what you're going to do. And two, you want to respect the older dogs. If they're creating boundaries and they're creating some structure and they're showing who's boss, then you want to support that dog. So that will keep the peace, okay? And then I gave you a little tip about space, because space matters. There's a different dynamic and a different feeling and a different reaction when a dog is in a small space than when they're in a bigger space. If you have a nice fenced-in yard like I do, and you can let them loose, or you can go to a friend's yard or something like that, that might work. So I hope that helps you. If you need more help with your dogs, whether it's multiple dogs or other issues that are going on, you can go to playtobehave.com/join and learn more about the program. Join me, join everybody. We're having a lot of fun in there. This week we just finished up loose leash walking, where I went through that course live. And coming up, I'm going to be going through Stop the Barking to help you teach your dog when to bark, when not to bark, and when to be quiet. My dogs right now are right under the tripod. So I hope they don't tip it over. Okay, all right. Take care, everybody, and happy training.